Good afternoon, a warm welcome to the Boulevard at Hull for the opening fixture, the 1991 campaign, the Stones Bitter League Championship, and Saints are here at the Boulevard. As I said, the opening fixture, the 9th of September 1990, Saints team this afternoon, drastic changes by Mike McClellan. 4 dropped, and today's Saints side is number 1 Connolly, 2 Hunt, 3 Beavers, 4 Loughlin, 5 Quirk. Andy Fairclough making his first team debut in the actual starting lineup. He has been a substitute back against Hull, that was. Number 7 Griffiths, 8 Ward, 9 Groves. Welcome back to George Mann at 10. Harrison 11, Haggerty 12, 13 Cooper, substitutes 14 Bailey and 15 Jones. The Hull side, number 1 Gay, 2 Eastwood, 3 Nolan, 4 Webb, 5 Turner, 6 Mackey, 7 Untat, 8 Harrison, 9 Jackson, 10 Dannett, 11 Sharp, 12 Walker, 13 McNamara, 14 Dixon and 15 Crusher Cleal. Hull to kick off. This afternoon's referee is Mr Burke from Oldham, with the officials, the touch judge Mr Ward with the red flag and Mr Hewitt with the yellow. We're over here on the Thripney stand side. It still will be called the Thripney stand side, even though 3/4 of the stand has been demolished. And since we've been doing the video, I think this must be probably the best spec we've ever had. Usually get quite a lot of hassle over here from the Partisan Hull crowd. But the ball was kicked off, it went to Beavers. Phil Beavers kicked it back, and we're on a kicking duel now. Hull have kicked it back, and Gary Connolly on his own 25. Deep kick again, taken by Richard Gay. Shane Cooper closing him down and comes inside. I think that's Neil Turner. But it's Hull in possession. Saints penalised for offside. Referee Burke quickly on the job. And as I've said many times before, as long as he's consistent, we're not going to grumble, are we? So Hull getting the first penalty. It's Eastwood, Paul Eastwood. Barney, as he's known to his friends here at Hull. Finds touch 5 yards inside the Saints half. It's Jackson to restart. But Hull, they'll all be fired up. Brian Smith, the coach here at Hull, I don't know whether he's still calling coach or ex-coach, he's leaving towards the end of the year, taking over in charge at St George in Sydney, a club that he used to play for. And Crusher Cleal has been named as the new coach. Popular figure here, Crusher Cleal, on the substitute bench this afternoon. Well, Hull kick upfield. Unfortunately, Les Quirk just lost his footing in his effort to turn round and hopefully stop that going into touch. But I'm on ground level position today, and the scrum's just inside the Saints 25. Jonathan Griffiths to feed. Griffiths back at the scrum half position. Saints come up with possession from the scrum. Certainly got to get back into winning ways. George Mann back in the Saints ranks after his trip back home. But McNamara going in there on George Mann, and referee Burke moves in very quickly. A little bit of a scuffle there. George Mann, one of the most placid persons you could wish to meet. But Hull were penalised, and then somebody said something in the ensuing talk, and referee Burke has taken them back another 10 yards. So Saints fine touch, 10 yards inside the Hull half. Paul Groves to get things underway. The clock stopped. That's right, extra ball on the ground. Paul Groves gets us underway. Big John Harrison. Been very unlucky with injury at the back end of last season, John Harrison. But he's a good lad, signed from the Parkside Club. And Kevin Ward looking to get his form back, that made him the player of the tour in the 88 Down Under tour. George Mann coming onto that short ball. Takes 3 Hull players to get him down. But it's Saints lining out, but Hull sticking to the task. And very committed in attacking. Andy Fairclough there. Gives the dummy, bursts through. Andy Fairclough there, as I said, making his first team debut. He has been on the bench against Hull. That was at Nosey Road last season. But it's his first time in the starting lineup. Only 18 years of age, come from Wigan St Pat's. Hotbed of rugby over there, both all round Wigan and the local outlying areas, St Helens, Lee, Warrington. But Saints went in for him, snapped him up when he was 16. Been playing very well in the A team. And Mike McClellan has given him his chance, and he's in this afternoon's side. But Saints penalised at the scrum. Shane Cooper, captain, has obviously said something out of turn to referee Burke. Took exception to it, and Saints taking back a further 10 yards. Certainly outclassed last week at Salford. The handling mistakes was unbelievable. Saints couldn't do anything right, and in the league today, as we say here at Boulevard, it's going to be a tough opposition. I mean, they're all tough in the First Division. 14 games we have to play, and they're all going to be tough. So Saints have got to get it right. Brad Webb now for Hull. Hentot. The ball back to standoff Greg Mackey for the kick through. Les Quirk finally gets it at the second bite. McNamara, one of the tacklers up there. But it's Saints in possession, but pegged about 10 yards from their own line. Roy Haggerty. Saints forwards have to stick hold of it, make a bit of ground, but Hull moving up very quickly there. Number 10, Andy Dannett, moving up very quickly there in front of the referee Burke. Groves takes it infield, George Mann. But the Hull defence coming in very quickly, closing the Saints down, not giving them any room. Groves kicks through. Goes directly to a Hull player, and Hull back with the ball in their possession. And just inside the Saints 25. Antat, McNamara, straight into the Saints defence. George Mann and Kevin Ward. Hull play it quickly. Andy Dannett, right in front of the sticks, 15 yards from the Saints line. Jackson, Antat, lofted ball, onto Mackey, lofts it over to the wing. Alan Hunt takes it well, did well Alan Hunt, had to jump up for it there, but that was meant for the Neil Turner wing. Obviously a planned ploy there from Greg Mackey, but it's Saints in possession. Inside ball, Saints keep it spread. Roy Haggerty feeds it inside to Groves. Groves into space, looking for support. Jonathan Griffiths stuck up with him on one side and Alan Hunt on the other, but Groves is still going. He releases it now. Beavers, but a penalty to the Saints there. Somebody taken on suspicion there. I think it was Shane Cooper. Groves did well. Beavers takes the quick penalty. Levels the penalties up at 3 each. But Shane Cooper there taken on suspicion as he came through. And referee Burke awarding the penalty. Unlucky there, Roy Haggerty couldn't take it. Saints with a quick tap and a planned move. It's coming over here to the left wing, but McNamara has it now. Saints penalised. So we've had 7.5 minutes of play. I make it, and referee Burke's awarded 7 penalties, 4 for Hull and 3 in the Saints' favour this afternoon. Just have to watch it here. We're positioned on the halfway line and right on the touchline. Jackson to get things underway. Dannett driving it forward. John Harrison and Kevin Ward in at the tackle. Antat releases the ball. It's now with Gay, the fullback. Jackson onto second row forward there, Russ Walker, but Loughlin and Quirk wrap him up. Hull still in possession. Antat along the line, Mackey, long cut-out pass, but the tackle, the Saints tackling, proving firm. Phil Beavers went for the ball. Has he been obstructed? No, the knock-on has been given. The ball taken out of the Hull player's hands. Now whether he ruled at Phil Beavers, he's ruled that Phil Beavers had knocked on as he went for the ball. So it's a scrum with a Hull feed. Hull come up with possession. Spread it quickly. The ball's released. Gay linking up. Picks it up. But Paul Loughlin has been penalised for an alleged high tackle. Well, there didn't look anything in it there to me, but referee Burke right on the job. Gay's been treated. Saints have been penalised, and obviously the injury not severe enough to stop play. Play carries on as it does. Nolan, quick tap, going crossfield. George Mann, solid tackle round the top there. Well, it's bodily contact sport, as I've said before. Good play from Hull. Mackey goes through. All coming from a quick tap penalty there, but Hull take the lead after 9 minutes. Greg Mackey there, under the sticks for a try. Nolan started us off, he took it infield. And then Mackey finished off. Good pass inside, I think it was from Walker, onto Mackey. And he dove over virtually under the sticks. 9 minutes play and Hull take the lead, 4 points to 0. Just a formality, Eastwood is the normal goal kicker here. So it's going to be a 6 points to 0 lead for the Homesters. Eastwood there just positioned himself, no problem. Left-footed kicker. Bangs it over, no problem, right in the middle. 6 points to 0 for Hull. Not bad, 10 minutes gone, 6 points to 0 for Hull. 1 scrum each, 5 penalties to Hull and 3 to Saints. Both teams, sets of substitutes warming up on the touchline. It's Paul Jones and Mark Bailey for Saints. And now the Hull twosome have gone back in the dugout. But whether Mike McLennan just keeping them warmed up. Paul Loughlin. Deep kick. Hull player gathers it, drives upfield. George Mann quickly in there, and John Harrison coming to wrap him up. Tackling's going to be the name of the game, and Saints tackling certainly will have to tighten up a lot from what it has done. We've got to get 2 and 3 players in at the tackle, and then back in the lining up position for when the opposition plays the ball. But it's Dannett there, powering his way forward. Onto the other prop there, Carl Harrison. But Beavers has possession. Saints in the Hull half. On to Andy Fairclough. Moves it across to Kevin Ward. Well, the number 10 there, Dannett, going in with a headbutt on Ward. On to Big John Harrison now. Cooper moves it infield. Haggerty picks it up, lovely ball to Fairclough. Looking to release it, but Connolly tidies up. Jonathan Griffiths brings it to the left. Cooper, short ball to George Mann. Quickness to Les Quirk. Quirk, just in touch there. And losing the ball, just couldn't manage to squeeze past. But quickness there from Shane Cooper to George Mann. Quickness of the hand from George Mann to Les Quirk. And the whole player there, just more or less forcing Les Quirk into touch. Scrum down, 15 yards from the Hull line. It's a Hull feed. 1 scrum each. On tap to feed. And he comes round the base of the scrum with possession. Hull spreading it quickly. Saints will have to contain them up there in the 25. No doubt they'll take another couple of tackles and then look for the long kick upfield. Ontat again, feeds it left. Hull break quickly. Alan Hunt in at the tackle with Shane Cooper. Cooper's in there again. Saints loose forward and captain. That must be the 5th tackle, that. Yes, there's the outstretched hand of referee Burke. Les Quirk's drop back for the kick upfield. Loose ball, Saints come up with it. Is it Kevin Ward? I think it is. Well, Hull penalised for offside. Well, not lining out correctly at the play of the ball. So Phil Vevers finds touch just inside the Hull 25. Paul Groves it is to restart. Saints move it left. Cooper and Ward the run around. Onto Haggerty running through, but the ball's lost. Cooper comes in to complete the tackle on second row, Russ Walker. Saints can't afford to lose the ball as they had another 6 tackles to make it count, but it's this lively hooker, Lee Jackson, making inroads to the Saints defence. McNamara. I think he had a bit of a good game against the Saints last time, McNamara. Recently brought through into the first team. Well, that was a forward pass, wasn't it? Yes, but it was picked up by referee Burke. It's Carl Harrison bursting through, Hull backing up, looking very lively, throwing it about, but Harrison flicked it out and it was a forward pass. So scrum down 10 yards inside the Saints half. Jonathan Griffiths to feed. Well, Saints win the possession, but then knock on. But referee Burke has awarded another scrum down. On tap to feed. Hull come up with possession. Moving it quickly. What a good tackle there. Shane Cooper again in the middle of the field. Brad Webb from acting half-back, trying to scamper through. Paul Groves is it that wraps him up. But Hull moving upfield, making 50-odd yards. Inside ball from Ontat onto Dannett. But Hull still in possession. 20 yards from the Saints line. Big prop there, Carl Harrison again. Saints defence will have to hold firm. Jackson moves it left. Kick through from Ontat. For Mackey, but the ball kicked, touching goal, is it? So Saints forced to drop out from between their own sticks. Injured Saints player there being treated by Saints assistant physio Ron Wright behind the sticks. Referee Burke has stopped the clock. And both Saints substitutes up and warming up again. Big John Harrison, I think it is, that's receiving treatment. Phil Vevers now kicks out. A tremendous kick from in front of his own sticks. Taken by Russ Walker. Centre field. He drives up into the Saints defence. It's Cooper and Kevin Ward. Hull bringing it right. John Sharp showing the dummy and trying to move through there, but Groves wraps him up. Jackson from acting half-back onto Ontat. Just signed in the close season from the French club. But it's Jackson again. Hull quickly playing it. Onto Mackey, trying to go through. He turns it inside. The ball's loose. It was Gay that lost possession, but Gary Conley drops on it very bravely there, Conley, on that loose ball. Hull penalised for offside again, so referee Burke certainly watching the offside. We know it doesn't lead to an open game, but these offences have got to be penalised. The Saints find touch midway between the 25 and the halfway line. Paul Groves, Cooper, inside to George Mann, beats one tackle, turns inside, looking to release again, is George Mann. He does get the ball away to Phil Beavers. Beavers on a diagonal run, brought down 5 yards inside the Hull half. The Saints awarded a penalty again. Well, obviously clamping the man, not allowing him to get up and play the ball, seems to be the indication. But anything can happen, can't it? Saints just outside their own 25. Kevin Ward. Saints trailing 6 points to 0. Halfway through the first half, John Harrison back in possession. Groves as ever attacked in halfback. Bring it infield to Andy Fairclough. On to Shane Cooper. Feeds it back to Ward, who goes straight up centre field. Ward powering his way for the line, looking for the support there. These ball playing forwards, Ward, George Mann and Paul Groves. Got to follow the man with the ball. Andy Fairclough gives the dummy. Has to take a 3-man Hull tackle. But it's Saints with a chance of scoring, about 10 yards from the Hull line. Inside to Cooper, Haggerty. Beats one tackle, flicks it inside. But it's McNamara, I think, that gets on that ball. Haggerty tried to get the Saints going, feed it inside, but it went loose. Quick play the ball there onto Neil Turner. Moved quickly from centre field over to the left wing of Hull. Alan Hunt wraps him up. Hull back in possession. Driving upfield there, good run from Hull. Certainly keeping the ball going. Greg Mackey there. Impeded by Jonathan Griffiths is the signal given by referee Burke. Not giving him time or lined out at the play the ball, but Mackey has sustained an injury in that tackle. Referee Burke puts his hands up to stop the clock. From that penalty, Ward finds touch just inside the Saints half. Hull on the charge again. His big forwards driving upfield. There it is now, Carl Harrison. Ward, Groves in at the tackle, but Hull take it blindside. On to John Sharp, but he loses the possession. Scrum down to be formed. Just inside the Saints 25. Saints feed, Jonathan Griffiths. Well, play allowed to go on. McNamara broke quickly out of that scrum, didn't he? But I think he's lost possession, has he? Yes, Saints have it. Gary Connolly. Certainly getting stuck in this afternoon is Connolly, in the thick of it. George Mann pushes one off, but can't release it. John Harrison. On the 25-yard line there, Saints in possession. It's back to Loughlin for the kick downfield. Richard Gay sits up nice for him. Drives across field. Beats Jonathan Griffiths coming in. Finally brought down 10 yards outside his own 25. On touch, moves it left. Mackey. On to Turner. But it goes left. It's onto this Brad Webb. The left centre, finally upended. Gary Connolly in again, but it's Hull in possession. On to Greg Mackey, feeds it back inside to these strong running forwards. Short, crisp passes from Hull. Saints defence holding firm. But Hull there, sweeping 50-odd yards upfield. Still in possession, on touch, inside to Harrison. Oh, beg your pardon, Dannett it is that time. But Saints have dropped on the loose ball. And all that hard work to do again. Phil Beavers it was this time. John Harrison now. George Mann. Look, coming up to the 25-yard line, Saints still in possession. Groves scampering through. Flicks the ball up. Well taken by Jonathan Griffiths onto Les Quirk. Only the full-back to beat us, Quirk. Griffiths coming with him. Quirk tries to round him. But he does well, Richard Gay. Takes his man down. Griffiths was coming up, but Quirk tried to round the full-back. Haggerty now, centre field. Well, penalised in the centre field. Saints keeping the ball going, but they've been awarded a penalty. And offside, obviously, is the decision when Saints surely were in an advantageous position, moving it quickly, and referee Burke stopped play centre field. It's a chance for Saints to get on the board, with Paul Loughlin going to have a go for goal. But Saints were moving it quickly across in possession, driving forward. Haggerty had released it, and then referee Burke blew up for the infringement. So whether he's actually penalised us in one way, I know we've been awarded a penalty, but definitely a possibility of 6 points. But I would think a certain 2 for Paul Loughlin. 25 minutes gone, and Loughlin gets Saints on the board with a penalty goal. Loughlin's 10th goal of the season puts Saints' first points on the board this afternoon, and the score now here from the Boulevard is Hull 6 and Tellings 2. McNamara, centre fielder, just waiting to kick off. Certainly everything to play for this season. Saints looking to get back on the silverware campaign. As I said, he was knocked out, well beaten last week at Salford. That must have been a tremendous game over at Norton Park, with the Pie Eaters getting knocked out 24-22. But Alan Hunt takes it well, brings it to centre field. And Cooper onto Haggerty, breaks out of 2 tackles, still going Haggerty. On tat, and is it no, it's McNamara, but it's on to John Harrison now. Probably the tallest fellow playing rugby league, 6'7", John Harrison. The ball knocked back to Shane Cooper. Will the tackle count be waved off? Did a Hull man punch it out? Well, Saints awarded a penalty again. Obviously something in at the tackle there. Russ Walker is one of the I think it's Harrison, the other culprit. Walker was one of them. No, I think it's number 10, it's Andy Dannett. But Saints awarded the penalty. Obviously going in a bit too aggressively at the tackle. Kevin Ward, centre field. Right on the halfway spot. The centre spot on the halfway line, I should say. Cooper, George Mann. Strong lad, this George Mann. He's about 5'10", but very well built. Loughlin into space, gives the dummy. Has to take the tackle, just short of the Hull 25, but to play allowed to go on. Well, Haggerty there looked as though he was taken down before he got the ball. But the ball's loose, snapped up by Rob Nolan, the right centre for Hull. But Haggerty there, he certainly looked as though he was tackled before the ball was actually released to him. 28 minutes of play gone, 6 points to 2 the score in Hull's favour. Lee Jackson scampering through from acting half-back position. Well, Mackey on his inside, he didn't release it, he has to take the tackle on the Saints 25. The Saints come up with possession. Gary Connolly again, he's been in like nobody's business, Connolly. Cooper, but the ball knocked down, must be a knock on. Rob Nolan it is. Cooper going to move it quickly to his left, and Nolan moved in quickly, knocked it down. Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Closing the opposition down, and Hull certainly sticking to the task. Scoring their 6 points from a penalty award in the Saints 25. Hull making a substitution now with Crusher Cleal. Noel Cleal coming on for Russ Walker. I'm sure he'll instill quite a lot of pressure with Crusher Cleal. As I say, he's been named as the new coach wants that Brian Smith actually departs. So whether Smith has control at present or whether it is Crusher Cleal or not, I don't know. Griffiths comes up with possession from the scrum. Well, head tackle there by Nolan, it is. Referee quickly in there as tempers getting a little frayed. Well, obviously the partisan crowd to our right in the remainder of this existing Threepenny stand are not pleased with that decision, but Nolan came in, wrapped himself right round Griffiths' head, and we've seen players sent off for less than that, haven't we? So Saints awarded the penalty. Saints taking the penalties 9-6 at present. Groves to restart, midway between the Hull 25 and the halfway. Big John Harrison straightens up, centre field, and Dannett, one of the tacklers, comes in. But Saints in possession, looking for the first try this afternoon. 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Kevin Ward looking to turn in the tattle, but solid Hull clamp tackling, man and ball. Groves, George Mann pushes one off, still driving forward, Mann. But Hull there, wrap him up again. Quick play, the ball wanted. And Groves again. Saints moving it right. Fairclough. Back to Fairclough now. Lofted ball to Beavers. Solid tackling from Hull. They've done well, but Saints haven't managed to get in the Hull 25 very often. On to Patrick Ontat. Groves misses him, as does Andy Fairclough, is it? But he's finally brought down on the far side. Brad Webb on the break. And Hull in possession. Crusher Cleal, first touch. When he was back home in Australia, he used to catch wild pigs for hobby. But Crusher Cleal there, he pushed Groves away as Groves was going in to mark him. Well, Crusher Cleal having words with him. We've seen these teams taken back 10 yards for speaking out of turn to referee Burke, but he didn't do that time. We got a break clean. Had to play the ball, he pushed Groves over, pushing him off, and duly penalised. And another chance for Paul Loughlin now to bring Saints back within a couple of points. 10 yards inside the Hull half, more or less centre field. 6 points to 2 at present. Obviously one absentee from this season, Paul Farber. The chance of Paul Farber's career being cut short with a shoulder injury. He played a hell of a lot of games last season with a shoulder injury. Loughlin there, yes, good kick from him, brings Saints back within 2 points. 32 minutes of the game gone. And Paul Loughlin with another penalty goal from 40 yards out. And Saints now just trailing by 2 points, 6 points to 4. Here's Paul Farber, he's awaiting specialist reports. He played, as I said, a hell of a lot of games at the end of last season with this trapped nerve in the shoulder. But obviously after medical advice, he may be forced to retire. Hull to kick off, just in the lead, 6-4. Hull being penalised there by Paul Loughlin. 2 good goal kicks from him. Well, Hull, they're going to be penalised again for something in at the tackle. The touch judge on the far side, Mr. Hewitt, with the yellow flag, quickly in, reporting to referee Burke. Alan Hunt with the ball, and he's not receiving treatment, but obviously he's had a knock in the tackle. Oh, it's just at the back of me there that the Saints player's being treated. I thought it was Alan Hunt that had received treatment. Shane Cooper it is on the far side, obviously taken after the ball had gone. And the touch judge, Mr. Hewitt, quickly in. Well, somebody's going to walk here. The card's out. 10 minutes in the sin bin, it looks like. Is it Crusher Cleal? It certainly looks as though it is Crusher Cleal. Well, unusual for Cleal. He's a hard player, but unfortunately he's deemed to have committed an illegal act there. And Saints are awarded a penalty. Saints in possession. Paul Loughlin going cross field. On to John Harrison. Forward pass being ruled, has it? Scrum down, just as Saints, probably the first clear-cut chance. But a forward pass ruled, and referee Burke quickly in. Montat to feed. Just outside the Saints 25. Well, George Mann comes up with possession. Well, I don't know what sort of a signal that is off referee Burke, but he's allowed the scrum to be fed again. And it's come out all side. Greg Mackey quickly feeding it to Brad Webb. Hull bringing it blindside. John Sharp turns it infield. Onto Ontat. Driving up centre field. Solid tackling from Saints there. Saints come up with possession. Well, referee Burke hadn't got a clue there what was going on. He looked over to the far side to Mr. Hewitt. And Mr. Hewitt has given him his divine intervention. And he's just indicating there that the ball was hooked back by the arm. Saints have complained and have been taken back a further 10 yards and a chance for a goal kick attempt here, which Paul Eastwood is going to convert. Greg Mackey, he'll be the captain for Hull. He's just gone up there, and Saints penalised quickly in succession there. Saints coming up with the ball as the Saints. Mr. Hewitt on his intervention. Mr. Burke didn't know what was going on, and Mr. Hewitt on the far side with the yellow flag said that Saints player had dragged it back with his hand when the tackle must have been completed. Somebody complained to referee Burke, and Saints were penalised a further 10 yards. And Eastwood's right in front of the sticks with only about 3 minutes of this half remaining, 3 or 4 minutes, and shouldn't have any problem popping this one over, should he? So Paul Eastwood floats it well, right between the sticks. Paul Eastwood penalty, 3 minutes before the half-time interval. Puts Hull back with a 4-point gap. Well, Gay loses the ball behind his own line. He knocks it backwards, then releases it over to the left wing. It's on to Brad Webb. So from what it looked like, Gay had hashed it, and Hull moving about 25 yards upfield. Saints will have to hope to contain them in the 25. There's time running out for this half. 8 points to 4, and Hull certainly throwing it about a bit. Hull taking it blindside. Mackey. Approaching the halfway line. Hull breaking through. Jackson it is. Flicks it inside to Ontat. Gary Conley comes up with it. Knock on is it, I think. I think Conley may have been adjudged to knock on. As I said before, I'm actually on ground level today. Used to just being a bit higher up, and obviously you can get a slightly better view. But it's a scrum down just outside the Saints 25. Hull to feed, and Hull come up with possession. Breaking quickly, Webb. 5-4, Hull tidying up on the scrums. On to Sharp. Jones on for the Saints. Greg Mackey going through there, inside ball. Good tackling from Saints. Ontat on the far side. Connolly in again. Good tackle. Man and ball. It's Hull trying to take it quickly to the left. Saints defence holding firm. Sixth and final tackle. Not as many of them this afternoon, have we? Greg Mackey kicks it across the face of the goal, but it's gone dead. So restart from the centre of the 25-yard line. Saints awarded a penalty there. Hull player impeding one of the Saints players in his efforts to get up quickly to the 25 for a quick restart. But time running out in this first half. 8 points to 4 the score in Hull favour. Saints points just 2 penalty goals from Paul Loughlin's trusty boot. It's Groves. Paul Jones. On to Andy Fairclough. Dummies to the left, then takes it back to the right. On to Cooper. Into space now. First time Saints have been in a bit of space. Still going Cooper. On to... Is this Andy Fairclough? No, it's Phil Beavers. Beg your pardon, Phil Beavers. Good try there, inspired by Cooper. And that's put Saints back on level terms right on the half-time. Quick play from Cooper, and it's the first break that Saints have had it really in the full 40 minutes. So Phil Beaver's try right behind the sticks, levels the scores up, and just a formality for Paul Loughlin. Tag the points on and put Saints in the lead. No problem for Loughlin right in front of the sticks, 10 yards out, bangs it right between and no problem. Saints in the lead, 10 points to 8. There's the half-time hooter. So it's half-time, Saints just going in, leading by 10 points to 8. Follow up the scoring in the 9th minute with a Mackey try after Saints, well, that was Paul Loughlin that had been penalised for an alleged high tackle on Richard Gay. Hull played it quickly, drove upfield, and Mackey scored. Eastwood tagged the goals on. Then Loughlin hit back with penalty goals in the 25th and 32nd minute, and that brought the score to 6-4. A Paul Eastwood penalty goal in the 37th minute. 8 points to 4 for Hull, and then Cooper there, weaving his magic, broke through, and Phil Beavers actually latching onto the end pass, touching down between the sticks. Loughlin goal, the half-time here at the Boulevard. 10 points to Saints, 8 to Hull. Back with you for the second half, the Stones Bitter League Championship clash. Saints just edging into the lead there, 10 points to 8, right on the half-time interval. Paul Loughlin to get us underway in this second half. Roy Haggerty going off towards the end of the first half. Took a nasty knock, and Paul Jones coming on to replace him, and Jones quickly in there with Paul Groves. One try to each side in the first half, as Hull's coming from in the Saints 25 after Paul Loughlin being penalised, and the Saints try coming right at the death. The Shane Cooper, bit of brilliance from Shane, moving crossfield over them to the far side. As I apologise, I couldn't see who had actually latched onto the end of it, but it was Phil Beavers. Griffiths to feed. Saints coming up with the first scrum of the second half. On to Andy Fairclough. Saints taking the penalties, 12 to 8, I make it in the first half. There's certainly a lot of penalties given out by Mr. Burke. Saints in possession, bringing it left. Bringing it right, I beg your pardon, there's only a right and a wrong in there. I got it wrong. The Saints bringing it right, Paul Jones. Cooper, Saints bring it blindside again. Andy Fairclough inside to Cooper. Looking to weave his magic again, looking for the backup. He gets it there from Jonathan Griffiths. Strong running from Griffiths, but a good tackle from Richard Gay. Pulled off a good tackle against Les Quirk before, but it's Saints on the charge. Loughlin, quick hands, it goes back. It's still loose, it's been touched by a Hull player, so it's going to be waved on, surely. Saints in possession. Well, whether they're tackled, I don't know what sort of a signal that is, but Saints still in possession. Groves and Cooper work the loop movement, but Ward knocks it on. Unforced error there from Kevin Ward. He bangs it down in disgust, and so he should be. Unforced error there. Saints doing the run around. It comes to Ward under no pressure at all, but he just couldn't take it. On tap to feed. Second scrum of the second half. Hull feed. Hull come up with possession, but Saints penalised for offside. But it's Hull through Eastwood, kicking over there to the main stand side here at Hull. Fine touch just inside the Saints half. Well, the touch judge obviously gone for the 10 yards just inside the Saints half. But Hull in possession. Second row forward, Walker. Crusher Cleal back on after his 10 minutes in the sin bin. Hull moving up to the Saints 25-yard line. Jackson inside to Harrison. Solid tackling there, Cooper. And Phil Beavers and Gary Connolly in again, but Hull breaking quickly. Jackson again, on Tat, onto Cleal. Yes, Cleal going in to behind the sticks. Good ball there from Andy Dannett, but Hull breaking up very quickly. Must have got about 65 yards upfield, and it's Cleal that finally finished off. Quick hands from Hull there, on Tat, onto Dannett, then to Crusher Cleal, and he powered in and touched down just about 10 yards short of the left-hand upright. So Hull regained the lead at 12 points to 10 now. Eastwood, left-footed kicker. Shouldn't have any problem, but we've seen these missed. Quite a decent crowd assembled here, but obviously it looks more behind the sticks and over the far side, with this Thripney stand here being demolished. And, well, only three quarters of it demolished. Just some to our right there. But Hull, the Cleal try converted by Eastwood. Hull regained the lead. 14 points to 10 now. Just over 4 minutes of the second half gone. Plenty time yet. Still a good game in prospect here at the Boulevard. Both teams looking for 2 points from the first league encounter. Saints kick off. Rob Nolan running crossfield, finally clamped by Paul Jones and Paul Groves. Ward and Jones again. Hull bring it blindside. Harrison. Jackson at dummy half. Inside ball, Hull forwards, running hard, onto Dannett. Jones brings up another tackle there. Onto Jackson, feeds it inside. Onto Mackey. Big hole emerges, but a good tackle there. John Harrison it was. Good tackle round the legs. Well, unlucky, the ball hitting the Saints playing and going back, but it's still the sixth tackle. Nolan, he's taken down with the ball. That's the changeover. That's the first changeover of the match. Kevin Ward, George Mann attacked in half-back, and Mann drives it upfield. Obviously that kick through from Hull into Saints player and bounced back, but the tackle count was still on 6. 10 yards from the halfway line. Saints in possession, trailing by 14 points to 10. Cleal there, bringing down Paul Jones. Cooper, little chip kick through for Connolly. Still all on. Connolly gathers it. Must be a try-on for the Saints here. Inside to Loughlin, yes, on to Cooper. Oh, well, Good tackling there. Well, the try is awarded. Is it? No. A knock on. Saints there, they looked in numbers. There was Connolly, Loughlin and Cooper. Cooper finally looked as though he was going in for a try. Brought down short and adjudged to have knocked it on by referee Burke. On tap feeds, full possession. Saints defending in the Hull 25. Inside ball from Webb. George Manning at the tackle. Jackson scampering through from dummy half. Lively hooker. Saints urged to get back onside. The ball back for the kick downfield. Right centre field. Now the full-back's got to be given 10 yards clear running movement. Connolly brings it up and the Hull defence quickly comes in. Alan Hunt. Very limited handling this afternoon for Alan Hunt. Not been involved much in the play. Andy Fairclough. Short ball to Paul Jones. Kicked on by Paul Loughlin. Forward pass ruled. Unlucky there. Quick release was essential, but unfortunately the pass went forward. To scrum down just inside the Saints half. On tat to feed. The referee Bird not happy with the scrum there, but good example of feeding there. Hull bringing it blindside. On to Turner. Connolly has him. Good tackle from Connolly. On to Cleal again, but Turner was judged in touch. Touch judge there. Mr. Hewitt with his flag up. Scrum to be formed 10 yards in from this near side touchline. Jonathan Griffiths to feed. Griffiths picks it up from the base of the scrum. John Harrison. Hull tackling, holding firm. Walker and Jackson quickly in. Paul Jones going crossfield, releases it inside to George Mann. Powerful Kiwi forward, George Mann there. Kevin Ward looking to gain yardage. Crusher Cleal comes in as the second tackler, doing a bit of mauling, and it's on to Groves. Tries to chip it through, but Groves gathers it. It's hit the Hull man. Sixth and final tackle signified. Referee Burke there. Fairclough out to Cooper. Chip through into space. Hunt gathers it on the full. Lets it go. Phil Beavers has to pick it up. It's going to be a forward pass. Little bit of changeover. Was the sixth tackle. So Cleal with a tap to get us underway. It's a changeover from that sixth tackle. Alan Hunt taking it on the full. Oh, obviously awarded, beg your pardon. Hull being awarded a penalty. Hull, Alan Hunt must have been adjudged to have been offside though, and he took that ball, and Hull awarded the penalty. Webb from a tap. Paul Groves finally brings him down. Jackson, Hull moving it right. Mackey into obstruction centre field, but Harrison has Mackey, brings him down. On to Walker. I thought Shane Cooper had come up with possession there, but he just managed to hold on to it. On tat. Inside ball to Cleal. Centre field. Super tackle there. Brilliant tackle there from Jonathan Griffiths. Jackson from dummy half. Sixth and final one for Hull now. Will they have a go for drop goal while they're in front of the sticks? On top, moves it right. Mackey, short ball to Gay. Lofted pass out, yes. Try on the far side. I think it's Rob Nolan. I think it's number 3 that's gone in. Yes, Rob Nolan on the far side. The right centre going in for a try. Quick play from centre field in the Sales 25, moved over to the right wing, and Nolan goes in for a try. So Hull go in for a try there, Nolan. Good work centre field, on top, lofted pass. And Nolan took it well, went in the far corner. Difficult conversion attempt now for Eastwood, but it's on the right side for him, left-footed kicker. Looks well floated. Yes, Eastwood pops it over. 20 points to 10, the score now. Haggerty comes back on the field to replace John Harrison. So Walker coming off. Number 12 replaced by 14 for Hull. And John Harrison off and Roy Haggerty back on for the Saints. Gary Conley there, linking up, brought down on the 25. Griffiths inside to Cooper. On to stand-off Andy Fairclough. George Mann coming in for a 3-man tackle there. Crusher Cleal in there as one of them, on to Kevin Ward. Turning in the tackle, looking to release, couldn't do so. Hull being lined out by referee Burke. Haggerty now. On to Groves, stood well. Paul Jones bringing it blindside. Phil Vevers was with him, but it's a good tackle. Patrick Ormsat. Jonathan Griffiths. Fairclough, lofted ball to Les Quirk, but he's forced into touch. Awkward ball there for Les Quirk from Andy Fairclough. He was on the 6th tackle, so the changeover on the far side in the Hull 25. Saints trailing 20 points to 10. Quarter of an hour of the half gone. Well, penalty to Saints. Hull not lining out at the play of the ball. Cooper on to Haggerty. Saints take it quickly. Haggerty held up. Fairclough. Kevin Ward. 5 yards short, Saints in possession. Bringing it to the left. Onto George Mann. Has to come back in field. Still going is George Mann. Lofted ball. Cooper has it now. Inside to Haggerty. A lot of urgency about this Hull tackling. Saints on the charge now. They've got to get points on the board. Trailing by 10. Griffiths. Short ball to Loughlin. Good tackle there. Greg Mackey, right round Loughlin's legs. Saints taking crossfield again. Cooper blindside. Fairclough. Vevers onto Hunt. Inside to Vevers, but Hunt was in touch. Mr. Hewitt has his flag up in the air there. But Shane Cooper burying the play there. Looks as though he was moving over infield. Cooper brought it back on the blind side. And Hunt just adjudged to have gone into touch. On tap to feed. Right on the Hull line. Hull taking it across the face of their own posts. Cooper and Fairclough quickly snuff him out. But it's Brad Webb from dummy half. Now Ormsat onto the big forward, straight runner. But Cooper brings him down. Onto Crusher Cleal now. Pushes Cooper out of the way, but Ward has him. And Groves there. Well, he loses the ball, there's Cleal. Obviously, he looks to me as though he threw it away. But it's a scrum down, yes. Knock on is the indication there. Cleal looking for a penalty, didn't get it. It's going to be a Saints feed at the scrum, which is formed just outside the 25. Well, he's offside, that man. On that, offside, yes. Saints are awarded the penalty. Beavers finds touch, 5 yards inside the Hull 25. So Saints temporarily down to 12 men. George Mann receiving treatment. Groves feeds it inside. Kevin Ward looking for support, throws it back. Loughlin tidies up. George Mann back in the fray. Looks as though he's got a knock to his ankle. Groves, Haggerty, high step in Haggerty. Must be about 5 yards short of the Hull line. Wants a quick play of the ball, but Hull lying on. Saints move it left. Cooper, Burcliffe. Hull being urged back on side by referee Burke. Cooper, shot ball to Loughlin. Yes, he's in. Did well there. Shane Cooper again, showing the urgency, the quickness of the pass. And Paul Loughlin ready to accept it there. And Saints back with another try. Paul Loughlin going in for a try there, but Saints did well. Camped in the Hull 25. Certainly the ball had to be moved quickly, and Shane Cooper did it there in the 25. Quickness of the ball, and Loughlin coming through at pace. He was taken round the ankles, but his impetus took him over. 20 points to 14 for the Saints. 2016 when he pops this one over. But George Mann certainly looks as though he's struggling with an injury there. Well, who'd be a commentator? He missed it. 20 points to 14 the score. 21 minutes of the second half remaining. Just one converted score separating the team, 6 points. And Greg Mackey, he looks as though he needs treatment. He just called the physio on before he gets play underway again. Referee Burke right on the centre spot, so he's not stopped the clock. Perhaps the physio is just bringing messages on. He's not treated Mackey, as Mackey gets us underway again. Deep kick taken by Phil Beavers. Halfway through the second half, Saints trailing by 20 points to 14 as Beavers brings possession up to the 25-yard line. Paul Jones. Haggerty now. Looks like a high tackle there on Haggerty by Ontat as Groves keeps the ball going forward for the Saints. Saints moving up towards the halfway line. Groves again, well upended there. Ontat and substitute Dixon. Well, referee Burke there, and a lot of lying on in the tackle. Sixth and final tackle. Back to Paul Loughlin. Kicks it straight upfield. Richard Gay well positioned there. You've got to get this man down. Certainly a good runner, forward runner, but George Mann quickly in there, grips him round the shoulders there, man and ball, and brings him down. Hull just outside their own 25. Harrison feeds it inside. But Hull in possession. Cooper there, following his man, but it's Haggerty that brings him down. Dixon it was, substitute back, but it's back for the kick downfield. Gary Connolly takes it on the full. Webb comes in. Good tackle from Webb round the legs as prop Andy Dannett clamps him. Well, the ball lost there. The Hull man went for the ball, unfortunately snatched it out of Phil Beaver's hands. And Hull back in possession. Shane Cooper again. Had a good game this afternoon, Shane Cooper. Horntat gives the dummy, but Ward brings him down. Saints forced to defend. Just outside their own 25, Dannett again. 6 points to margin, 18 minutes of play remaining. Both teams are looking for 2-point start to the season. Horntat again, flicks it back. George Mann picks it up, releases it. Saints on the charge. Back pass from Horntat there, didn't come off for Hull. Quick cans there onto Paul Jones. Solid tackling from Hull there, Dixon in. Upends Jones onto Kevin Ward now. This is what we look for off Ward. Loughlin into space, inside to Beavers. Out to Alan Hunt, right in front of us here. Hunt goes infield. As I said, very limited touches from Alan Hunt. But again, 35 yards upfield now. Saints on the charge. Groves into space, pass round the man. Onto Cooper. Onto Connolly in the line. Connolly going for the corner. He's forced into touch on the far side, but Saints did well there, moving 60-odd yards upfield. Forced into touch on the far side, about 15 yards, or maybe even less, from the Hull line. It's Hull to feed. There's always a chance that Saints can take one against the head now. 3-2 in Hull favour in the second half. Horntat feeds, Hull come up with possession. Saints will have to defend well, hope to hold Hull in their own 25 for the remainder of these 6 tackles. Quick play the ball from Hull. A good tackle there, Cooper coming round. Brings Dixon down. Dannett. Harrison inside to Mackey, but solid tackling again. Committed to the tackle there, Paul Jones, and he brings Mackey down. On to Crusher Cleal. Cooper comes in, tackles him. 10 yards outside their own 25, 6th and final tackle. Mackey in possession. Flings it back inside. Now it's kicked down to Gary Connolly. Turns, Les Quirk moves in with him. Connolly moves over. Has to take the tackle as Hull come up quickly. Jonathan Griffiths at acting halfback. Going on the blind side. Finally brought down. Looking for support there, but Saints player had overrun him on the far side. Haggerty. Cooper, long ball to Loughlin. Straightening up. Looking for the chinks in the Hull armour, but there's not been many this afternoon. Cooper again, short ball to Ward. Again to Beavers, out to Alan Hunt again. Up this wing. Well, taken round the neck there on Horntat it was. A rather high tackle, the touch should right in front of us here, but takes no action. But that certainly looked right round Alan Hunt's windpipe. Les Quirk takes it on the far side, puts down the gas pedal, kicks it forward, Quirk, but he's brought down. All on, is it waved by referee Burke? He's scrummed down as the ball's gone into touch, but Quirk certainly looked as though he was impeded after he kicked the ball. But referee Burke takes no action, but Saints are up at the Hull end in the Hull 25. Saints doing the double over Hull last season. Nosey Road, Saints winning by 19 points to 12, and here at the Boulevard, 34-24. I think that was that evening game when Paul Grove scored a hat-trick of tries. And in that, the home game last season, the 1912 defeat, is when Andy Fairclough was the substitute back. He didn't come onto the field of play that time, but he was named in the squad. Horntat to feed, and certainly from over here looked as though it was a second row feed. But back to square one, Saints forced to defend again in the Hull 25. Big prop forward. Harrison turning in the tackle, but he can't release it. Loughlin and Vivers clamp him. Mackay at dummy half, taking the ball in field. Both props there, George Mann and Kevin Ward. Into the tackle onto Cleal. Mann has him, but Cleal released it onto Patrick Ontat. Feed inside to Jackson. Mann in again. Sixth and final tackle. The ball going to be kicked upfield to Eastwood. Well, lofted up and under. Beavers takes it well, but has to take the tackle there of Nolan. Cooper inside to Hunt. Hunt going crossfield, looking for a space. Just short of the halfway line, centre field. Saints in possession, trailing by 20 points to 14. Alan Hunt taking a knock there. It looks as though he's wandering a bit centre field. Kevin Ward into space now. Fairclough was with him on his inside, but he couldn't release it, could Ward. Quickly plays it to Cooper. Griffiths looking for the gap. Sharp pass inside. Well, knock-on rule there. The ball was loose, and it was Jackson, the hooker. Sage released it. Jackson, is it Jackson that's knocked on? It's going to be a Saints feed. No, it's on tap to feed. But surely with full in possession, play should have been allowed on, but not so. Second row forward there, Walker. No, John Sharp, I beg your pardon. John Sharp it was. And it's now on to Lee Jackson, the hooker, via Andy Dannett, holding possession. Cleal, centre field. But he releases it, on tat again. Tries to pass round the man, but good clamp tackle there from George Mann and Paul Jones, but on tat knocked on. Referee Burke well positioned. 10 minutes remaining, Saints still trailing by the 6 points, 20 points to 14. Griffiths to feed, Saints come up in possession. Griffiths knocks on round the base of the scrum. Another unforced error. So it's another scrum to be formed with a Hull feed. Ontat, it's French scrum half. With the ball coming out. The referee Burke finding fault with the scrum. Also last season, Saints met Hull here at the Boulevard in the second round of the Challenge Cup and won convincingly by 24 points to 12. Well, yes, Saints come up with possession. Griffiths. Well, referee Burke are judging that the tackle had been completed after Saints winning one against the head. Saints being penalised. So after Saints winning one against the head, Ontat, who was in an offside position, he didn't retire. Right on Griffiths there, and just Griffiths picked up and carried on. But judged by referee Burke as to have been tackled, and he should have played the ball, so Hull are awarded the penalty. Controversial decision, I'm sure you'll want to watch that again. It'll not make any difference to the result. He's awarded Hull the penalty, but on tap there feeding the scrum. He didn't retire. Griffiths tried to play on and was penalised for it. So it's Eastwood. 10 yards in. 35 yards out, looking to put an 8-point gap between his team Hull and the Saints. 20 points to 14 at present. Nine minutes of play remaining, and Eastwood just stepping up. It's going to the left of the sticks, but it's gone dead. So Saints got to drop out from the centre of the 25-yard line. Beavers gets things underway. Hefty kick from Vivers, 50 yards. Onto Richard Gay. Upended by Haggerty and Quirk. Saints need possession. It's something they've not had a lot of this second half. Saints being penalised again, and Saints making a substitution now. Mark Bailey coming on to replace Phil Vivers. Had a good game, Vivers. Try scorer, but in the thick of the action. But Mark Bailey coming on for the last 8 minutes or so. Phil Vivers, obviously he's been nursing an injury, leg injury, which was thought to be a broken shin bone, but it was just severe bruising. But Hull in possession. Harrison, prop forward, driving up to the Saints 25. Well, he obviously took an injury, quite a sense of urgency, as one of the Hull players, Jackson I think it was, called over to the Hull physio. So it's prop forward Carl Harrison. Both Harrison and Dannett been punching holes in the centre of the Saints defence this afternoon. But he's back on his feet now. Had the old magic sponge. So it's Harrison to play the ball. Jackson, that's a dummy half. Hull bringing it infield. Dannett. 25 yards from the Saints line. Sharp inside ball to Crusher Cleal. Got to get this man straight away. 2 and 3 tacklers in on him. Make sure he doesn't release the ball. Well, there's plenty of tacklers there, but he's finally down to the ground in dramatic fashion. Don't forget to pick your equity card up, Noel, on your way up. Well, a knock on, it's all on now. Mackie tried to a drop goal. Cooper charged it down, it went back to the Hull player, he knocked on, and then Cooper picked it up. It put Saints back in possession, and it's George Mann. He's still driving forward, his man. Finally brought to the ground, 10 yards short of the halfway line. Shane Cooper trying to weave his magic, centre field. 6 points separating the teams. 5 minutes of play remaining. Kevin Ward over the halfway line, looking to squeeze it out to Mark Bailey, but he couldn't release it. Good clamp tackle there from Hooker Jackson for Hull. Connolly attacked in half-back. Saints moving it infield. Haggerty tries to straighten up. Releases it. Loughlin has it. It's come off his leg. Sixth and final tackle signified. Partisan crowd to our right are not pleased with that. Bailey kicks it through. Will it find touch? Well, Hunt tackles his man. He turns inside, and Jonathan Griffiths finally completes the tackle. Hull on the charge. Is it Dixon or Jackson? Scampering through. Substitute back, it was Dixon, but Saints penalised. Obviously a swinging arm at the tackle. So another substitution being made. As Carl Harrison comes off. And McNamara coming back on. Dixon scampering through, but Hunt and Jones bring him down. Onto Dannett. Jackson at dummy half, all in possession. Sharp Hull moving up to the Saints 25. Time running out for the Saints. 3 minutes of time remaining. Saints trailing by 6 points. Hull moving it quickly over to the right. It's Nolan again. Feeds it back inside. Onto Sharp. But Connolly comes up with possession. He's certainly been in at everything as Connolly. And quite a few times he's gone in at the tackle and come up with possession. Jones. Mark Bailey, the dummy half. Onto Cooper. Haggerty. Out to Jonathan Griffiths. Loses his footing, goes down. And Crusher Cleal drops on him. Inside ball for the Saints. Haggerty trying to get things going. Onto Groves. Out to Alan Hunt. He comes back in centre field. Clamp tackle there by Andy Dannett. But Saints at the wrong end of the field. 2 minutes of play remaining on my watch. Ball kicked through by Cooper. Neil Turner takes it well and he's brought down right on the Saints 25-yard line. Brad Webb, inside ball, Hull moving it in field. Russ Walker. Greg Mackey, crossfield, looking for the gap. Clamp tackled well on the far side. So Hull hanging on to the 6-point lead. Attempted drop goal again, I think. The ball hitting Kevin Ward. He managed to gather it before it touched ground. Saints in possession, but as I said again, the wrong end of the ground. George Mann, bringing it blindside. Brought down on the midway between the Saints 25 and the halfway line on the main stand side here at the Boulevard Hull. Cooper, lofted ball to Connolly. Hunt has to come round, back to Connolly. Takes the tattle, and Cooper in again. Saints moving upfield. Mark Bailey, Haggerty. Strong running Haggerty, good ball to Groves. Bailey's with him in field. Well, Bailey, Groves doesn't turn it inside. In fact, Groves is going back. Losing possession, losing ground, I should say. Not possession. On to Haggerty now. Bailey was up with Groves, now whether he couldn't release it, he hadn't seen him or whatever, I don't know. Kevin Ward. Just short of the halfway line. In the dying minutes. Bailey gives the dummy. Drives up to the halfway line. 4 tackles signified. Loughlin now. Chips it through. But it's the wingman there, well positioned, Turner. Jackson feeds it inside to Dixon. Ball in possession. Jackson a dummy half. Dummies to the right, brings it in field. Playing in time added on now. 20 points to 14 in Hull favour. Brad Webb trying to scamper through. There's the full-time hooter. And Hull jump for joy. They've come up with the 2 points this afternoon. Saints going down to the first match of the 1991 championship season by 20 points to 14. Leading at half-time by 10 points to 8. Then Hull opened scoring in the 3rd minute with a Crusher Cleal try. Well worked, some good work from Ontat. Eastwood Gold. Hull in the lead then, 14 points to 10. Then Nolan with a good try after some good work in the Saints 25 again. Eastwood Gold again, and after 11 minutes of the second half, Hull were leading 20 points to 10. Loughlin nipped back with a try in the 18th minute. He couldn't convert it, and that was the final score, 20 points to 14. Anyway, we look forward to you joining us next week when Saints open their home campaign versus Bradford next week at Knowsley Road.